When we enter through this gate, we are entering into the chapel of the Bourbon dynasty. This obviously was the last of the French monarchy, the last dynasty. And when you first walk in, there are two very interesting monuments. This is the first. I'm going to start reading it from, let me back up a little bit so you can see. Start reading it from right down here. It says Louis, and this is JXF. Obviously that's not a number. This Louis did not have a number. He was the first son of Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette. And if you remember from our studies, he died as a young boy. So let's continue reading around. He was the Dauphin de France. So he was the Prince of France, right? Because he was their son. He was born at Versailles on the 22nd of October, 1781. He died at Meudon on the 4th of June, 1789, right before the Revolution. So he was about 9 years old when he passed away. So when he died, if you recall, Marie Antoinette and Louis XVI had 3 children, 2 sons. This was the oldest, and a daughter. Okay. On the other side of the wall is his brother. Let's look at his monument. Okay, so this one says it has a number after it, right? Louis XVII. And you can only get a number if you become king. But remember, when his father was executed, at that point, according to monarchical tradition, at that point, then the Dauphin would become the king. So that's what it says, Louis XVII, King of France and of Navarre. Now, let's tell the story about Louis XVII. As we know, he was separated from his mother and his sister at the Tuileries Palace. Obviously, he was a very important child to the revolutionaries because if the revolution had failed, he would become the next king of France, and that is the last thing they wanted. So they separated him out from his mother and sister. You can imagine just how distraught they must have been. Again, remember, his brother died in 1789, right as the revolution was starting almost. So at this point, Marie has lost both of her sons. She's also separated from her husband at this point. Not too much longer, they will take Marie-Therese, her daughter, away as well. But again, let's get back to Louis XVII. So he was separated out and kept in horrible conditions, brainwashed basically to say horrible things about his mother. He testified at her trial that would ultimately be the trial that would cause her to be executed. Now, we know that this was kind of a mock trial. The outcome was known before. They were not going to let Marie Antoinette live. But imagine having your son taken away from you, and the next time you see him, he's saying horrible things about you, because that's what he had been forced to do. He had been starved. He had been whipped. This is a child that was raised in complete luxury as the future king of France, and then went to nothing. And he ended up dying in 1795 at the age of 10 years old, basically from neglect. Now, what happened was very interesting. The doctor that attended him at his death was a secret royalist, and the tradition had been to keep the hearts of the kings, and that had always been done. Well, the doctor took Louis's heart and kept it in his attic. Now, obviously, he could not say that he had done this, because this would be recognizing this child as a king, and you could not do that in France at that point in time. But he had kept the heart in the attic, and I'll go back and do my research, but I think it was in the 1980s or 1990s, this heart was found, and DNA tests were done on it, and guess what? It is Louis XVII's heart. And here it is, encased in glass beneath his monument, all that's left of truly the last king, as far as in my mind, of France.